Valve rolled out the CS2 beta on March 22nd, giving just a handful of gamers from around the globe a sneak peek. As you can imagine, this move got Counter-Strike players everywhere, wondering when they'd get their hands on the full deal and finally move past CSGO. The excitement for CS2 is off the roof, and it will soon be released. Valve has been working on the follow-up to Counter-Strike Global Offensive for some good time now, and experts are even calling it the biggest jump in Counter-Strike history. So in today's video, we will take a look at all the exciting details we know about CS2 so far. CS2 is going to hit the gaming scene in 2023, and we're ready to mark our calendars for the big day, but the exact release date remains a mystery. Valve recently dropped a hint that CS2 will be released sometime before or on the 30th of September, so there's that. As a result, many gamers are waiting for a final word from the publishers for the release of CS2. The best part? CS2 is going to be free. So, you've got some time to get ready and get acquainted with all the action, as the game will roll out as a free upgrade to CSGO. Back in the day, CSGO started as a paid game, but in 2018, it became free to play to let gamers worldwide play their favorite tactical shooter. There is no need to worry about leaving your CSGO gear behind when the sequel hits the scene. Valve's got your back and has assured the players that they can bring their entire CSGO inventory to CS2. So, you'll keep everything you've collected, and it'll all get a spiffy upgrade thanks to Source 2 lighting and materials. Hence, your Dragon Lore AWPs, Karambits and Dopplers, trapped within the hundreds of unopened cases, are quite safe. The biggest change in CS2, and the one that is being heavily marketed, is the Source 2 engine. Valve's gone all out on the visual effects, making distant gunshot hits clearer and more readable than they were before. Moreover, they've upgraded the environmental effects as well, making things like fire and explosions seem more realistic. The Source 2 engine introduces an innovative smoke system that is unlike anything seen in video games before. This advanced system generates 3D volumetric smoke cubes that conform to real-world collision models, preventing smoke from passing through walls or other objects. It's noteworthy how smoke behaves when bullets pass through it or when fragile grenades detonate nearby. This introduces a shift in the gameplay dynamics of Counter-Strike, where frag grenades become more versatile compared to traditional smokes. In addition to realistic lighting, CS2 maps receive substantial improvements in terms of model quality, visuals, and overall appearance. The presence of piled-up ragdoll bodies adds an intriguing cover dynamic, particularly in narrow areas like Dust 2's hallways. The game engine also introduces a realistic liquid simulation for Molotov bottles. To enhance the graphics experience, CS2 now includes a real-time scene render where players can experiment with individual graphics options before applying them in a match. This allows for safer and more efficient adjustments to graphics settings, improving the overall gaming experience. Overall, Valve has put a lot of thought and effort into making it as realistic as possible and bringing the charm of the game back. The initial batch for CS2 has been meticulously crafted to take full advantage of the new Source 2 rendering tools and capabilities. This means some of your old favorite maps will get a makeover, while others will see some thoughtful changes. The overpass is getting a whole new look, while the nuke's lighting will be top-notch, and iconic maps like Dust 2 will have better lighting and character details while staying true to their roots. Valve has officially confirmed the inclusion of 17 existing Counter-Strike maps in CS2, with some already available for testing in the ongoing CS2 trial. Keeping track of the extent of changes each map will undergo could be a daunting task. Therefore, Valve has introduced a categorization system for the map updates in CS2. These updates are categorized into 3 groups: touchstone, upgrades, and overhauls. Each category provides the community with a clear understanding of the nature of modifications to expect on each map. Touchstone maps offer basic updates, while upgrades entail major revisions, and overhauls essentially represent complete rebuilds. CS2 has revamped the user interface, which is all about smoother info flow as you're dodging bullets, and has made substantial graphical upgrades to its HUD and main menu. The appearance of several in-game components, including the team choosing screen and the match's ending, has been updated. Taking some inspiration from the competitors, the UI incorporates a feature that displays your kill count. At the bottom of the screen, a visual depiction of each kill your character achieves emerges. And once you reach 5 kills, a deck of cards fills out and glows to signify an ace. Speaking of bullets, all the stock weapons in CS2 are getting a makeover with high-res models. Some legacy weapon skins are in on the action too. CS2 will introduce subtle updates to both the physics and player models, with a primary focus on enhancing the realism of Counter-Strike. The majority of these improvements will center around the depiction of blood and bullet wounds. As compared to CSGO, where blood splatters appear darker and resemble droplets, CS2 will portray them as lighter and more akin to genuine splatters on the ground. Even the blood splatters on walls will exhibit a strikingly authentic appearance. In the past titles, player models exhibited wounds as red patches, but in CS2, bullets will inflict damage to clothing, leaving visible holes from impacts. Not only that, you'll be able to see your own figure's legs, feet, and shadow when standing in well-lit settings. Moreover, player models in CS2 will have an overall increased level of realism. Clothing will feature more detailed textures, and any exposed skin will display additional features like hair and muscle definition. It's worth noting that hitting an enemy with the Zeus will trigger a new animation depicting lightning through them. The gameplay experience is going to be more engaging and tactical, as the smoke grenades are a game changer in Counter-Strike. They're now volumetric and react to everything from explosions to lighting. This means smoke seems real as it swirls around objects and changes sightlines dynamically. You can also inspect your smoke, flash, HE, or decoy grenades. The little details in the visuals and the way these grenades are portrayed are truly impressive, thanks to the enhancements being made to the game engine. CS2 is also introducing a fresh purchasing menu for weapons and utilities. Multiplayer video games have long suffered from network problems, which often disrupt gameplay. It's important to note that a game can't magically stabilize an unstable network. Further, the diverse locations from which players participate in matches can lead to latency variations, even when everyone has a robust connection. However, Valve appears to have introduced a game-changing innovation in CS2 with their Subti engine, and its functionality seems almost too good to be believed. Subti updates serve as the core of CS2. In the past, the server would assess the game world at specific time intervals known as ticks. Now the devs have gone the extra mile and introduced the Subti update system. Servers now have precise information about when movement initiates, shots are fired, or grenades are thrown. Your actions, such as moving and shooting, will exhibit consistent responsiveness, and the behavior of your grenades will remain constant, which will make sure they always land in the same manner. We know that you are getting that feeling of, chuckles, I am in danger, but you will take down your enemies as soon as you spot them. How about we tell you that the audio experience has upped the game this time? The sound quality has been enhanced to create a more realistic atmosphere. This will make your gaming sessions full of excitement. Most of the gamers now will have a clearer sense of the direction and source of sounds. Valve claims that CS2 features enhancements to its sound engine, alongside improvements in the radar's audio indicators. The game will incorporate a broader range of distinct sounds designed to provide clearer information during combat situations. Counter-Strike Go has already implemented HRTF spatial audio for some time, and it has been quite impressive. It's currently challenging to gauge how much better this new sound update will be, especially when compared to 3D audio. Furthermore, there have been substantial updates to the in-game sounds, with a multitude of alterations made. In the beta version of the game, every weapon now features slightly or even significantly modified sounds. In CS2, the firearms emit sounds that are noticeably more realistic and well-defined, as demonstrated by videos shared on social media and YouTube. The rifle sounds in particular offer a more satisfying auditory experience. Additionally, players can expect fresh radio announcements, and Valve has taken steps to rebalance the audio to make it more pleasant to the ear. Hey there! If you have made it this far into the video and have been enjoying it, then consider giving this video a big thumbs up. We are enthusiastic to bring you new videos every week and keep you up to date about the latest gaming trends and topics. Now, let's get back to the video. CS2 has introduced two noteworthy enhancements, a revamped buy menu and a loadout system. These features became available through a patch released on June 7, 2023, although they were not initially part of the open beta. While the buy menu in CSGO wasn't technically malfunctioning, it posed some usability challenges, especially for newer players. The redesigned CS2 buy menu seems to have drawn inspiration from Valorant's weapon system, which presents all options up front when you access the shop. Yeah, a little too much inspiration here. Departing from CSGO's widely used wheel menu, this new menu adopts a grid-style user interface, bearing a strong resemblance to the 2018 Danger Zone update, where players could access a tablet to procure their weaponry. Much like the other competitors, CS2 now permits players to exchange their weapons. It now offers a straightforward system with a user-friendly interface, eliminating the need for frantic searches for each weapon from the days of the past. The new loadout system in CS2 allows players to select from a range of 5 pistols, 5 mid-tier weapons, and 5 rifles. It means that correcting the wrong purchase, like selecting the rifle or utility grenade that you don't want, is as simple as tapping a revert button located next to the item. Furthermore, CS2 incorporates new indicators that display the equipment carried by your teammates, streamlining the management of in-game finances. Finally, the improvement we all have been waiting for. Valve has a long-standing history of employing VAC, Valve Anti-Cheat, in all its multiplayer games. CS:GO 2 is said to feature an enhanced anti-cheat system known as VAC Live, which will undergo continuous updates to enable developers to detect new cheats and provide a more streamlined gameplay experience. Another noteworthy aspect of this is that the Valve devs have made it possible for cheaters to be quickly banned from games if they are discovered employing bots or wall hacks. And if that ban is implemented, the game will terminate immediately. CS2 has the potential to alter the game dynamics, reducing the occurrence of one-way glitches and increasing overall consistency. While it is better to describe the game as CS:GO 2.0 instead of a sequel, because it is essentially a next-gen overhaul for the game. However, some of the changes were actually well needed to get this beloved game back on its track. So it is as similar to CS:GO as it can get, but only at the first glance. Let's look at some of the major differences between CS:GO and CS2. For instance, the visibility of smoke remains uniform, regardless of a player's position relative to it, as compared to Counter-Strike Go, where smoke could provide uneven cover. These modifications and upgrades imply that newcomers may still encounter challenges when facing experienced one-way users, which has been a source of frustration in Counter-Strike Go. However, newbies to the game, or let's just say beginners, might find it easier to grasp one-way tactics in CS2 because the visual aspects of smokes should now be more consistent, and one-way positions have been revamped and designed. Other thrilling enhancements that CS2 is set to introduce: the visual upgrades to weapon skins stand out prominently. These visual enhancements are truly impressive and should run smoothly on your existing gaming PC without demanding excessive processing power. In CS2, the devs have worked their way to put the attention to detail factor on the weapons. All of the weapons will have improved textures and dazzling lighting effects. Some of the skins display a striking contrast when compared between Counter-Strike Go and CS2, injecting fresh vitality into the already thriving Counter-Strike Go skin market. The possibility of a September release for CS:GO 2 has the gaming community on a high. Gamers are holding great expectations for this upcoming sequel, fueled by the franchise's extensive legacy and the enduring triumph of CS:GO. Let's keep our hopes high and keep an eye on any changes as we anticipate further information, since Counter-Strike's future might be much more promising than we think. So, this is it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to tell us how excited you are about the new Counter-Strike game and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified of all our videos. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.